Lol, I just realized my mic was muted on the stream, but now it's not.
No.
So, over the past couple sessions, you all realized that there were some rumors around town involving the ruins that collapsed a few weeks ago. There was a pub in town, the Thirsty Alpaca, which was actually like one of the biggest places to go. Like it was a not only a large building, but it was extremely popular. Um, and suddenly it just collapsed out of nowhere, completely fell down like 20 feet deep into the earth, completely caving in on itself, and killing multiple people inside. Thankfully, despite it being so popular, the lives lost were in the single digits, but it's still an absolute tragedy for this town to have any lives lost in this kind of manner. Um, and there have been rumors about this place ever since. The most recent collection of rumors is that the place is probably haunted. There have been some weird sounds and lights coming out at night around this place, and all of the people who live in nearby buildings have just given it a wide berth. They haven't gone anywhere close to it. They haven't investigated too deeply because they didn't want whatever strange curse was affecting this location to pass on to them. There were some possibilities that maybe this curse was related to why the building collapsed in the first place or something like that. But thankfully, you all investigated and it was not haunted. Not at all. In fact, it was just some kobolds. Some kobolds were living in the ruins and making it seem like it was haunted just to keep people away, essentially. They're trying to scare people away from investigating any deeper and finding the kobolds down there, as they were apparently trapped, as you found through some rudimentary communication with them. They didn't speak perfect common, but they had a few words here and there, and you had a bit of a conversation. And you learned a few things from them, actually. After you agreed to help them escape from the city, they told you that the kobolds down below, which they were associated with, had a big boss who would cast magic at you. They warned you that their big boss was a spellcaster. They also warned you that the big boss has a new pet, and this pet is likely the reason that so many of the fish have gone missing recently. Their new pet is a uh, decently well grown at this point green dragon wormling. So, um, that is your current situation. You helped the kobolds escape, thanking them for the information they gave you. Uh, and they fled into the woods, promising never to return, never to bother people ever again. And so you all returned to town for a rest, and we pick up the game the next morning. I guess one last detail: you went and got a fortune telling done, which was apparently a very auspicious day today for you all, as the stars foretold. So all of you get a +1 on all of your saving throws today. And then now, finally, after all those details, you all uh, have the morning. What do you want to do? Who is where? Or did you all stay in one place, or did you spread out to your various apartments, or uh, what was the plan?
What was the plan? Um, I mean, Ayla probably would have gone back to the library for the night.
Probably would have gone back to Shay's if it was offered, because I know that's where we have been staying.
Yeah, of course. I'd go back to my apartment with everybody else.
Yeah, I'd go with everyone.
All right, so the usual sleeping arrangement then. So what are you all doing for food today? Are you all just getting food at Shay's place, or are you heading somewhere else around town?
That's a good question.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I already took care of food for the week for at least me. So,
Yeah, I think once a week passes, we'll do another round of like subsistence or
Mhm.
whatever to pay for that. But this is more just flavor. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
getting
I'll cook
some
breakfast.
oats and eggs or something. Like, what's the plan?
Yeah, probably oatmeal and bacon.
There you go.
Hmm.
What about you, Ayala, over there in the library?
I'd probably go see what I could find in the market. I'm feeling like a treat if we're going underground today.
That's fair. That's fair. So you go to the market and you find a place that's serving I don't know, some kind of, I'm trying to think of what a market breakfast food would be. Perhaps a bit of jerky and a bit of bread or something that you manage to just pick up at the market quickly and easily. Um yeah, I think that would
No,
make
like
sense,
hot
right?
buns or hand pies or anything.
Yeah, I mean you could go to a baker in town, right? But I don't know if the market square would have a lot of baked goods. Maybe?
I will happily go to a baker's
There
place.
you go. Okay, that
That's
makes more
based.
sense. I guess I was trying to think like, okay, medieval level technology, what would they have? But there's also magic. They probably could use some magic to make things smaller and more convenient and fit what they need to bake something within a stall, or a stall that they could keep things warm in or something. But yeah, so you go to a baker, you get some nice warm breakfast buns and just have some carbs for breakfast. Excellent. Where do you all meet up for the day?
Uh, If everyone else was still having um, food at Ashay's place, by the time I'm done finding a bakery, I would probably head over there, knowing that that's where people were.
We could do that, or we could just meet at the fishery.
The fishery is pretty nice.
Did we want to try to go see if the fortune teller, I forget her name, if she had any more information about dragons before we started diving deeper? Because I personally don't know anything about them.
We could do that.
I would be down.
Yeah, works for
I
me.
think information can never be a bad thing. Wait, I'm not there. Uh, I say nothing.
This could be after you meet up. Maybe you all
Okay.
did go back and meet up at Ashay's place or something.
Are there any better places around town than the fortune teller that might have info on dragons?
We could check the library. I mean, it's a divine library, so maybe not, but it's a library.
The library is pretty cool. I
Could
like the library.
potentially true. You could potentially check the library for sure. Like you might be able to roll something there to do some research. There's also Odd Stories, which despite being primarily a like a fiction store, they do sell some like textbooks and other more academic knowledge books, and they actually do have I'm trying to remember off the top of my head if one of them actually is a wizard, but I know one of them just likes fiction books and one of them knows uh stuff. I'm working with multiple versions of this document here, unfortunately. Hold on. Want to make sure I get this information right. Um, yes, okay. It is an actual wizard's tower that just sells fiction books for the most part, but with an actual wizard there, you might be able to get some knowledge potentially. So there's a few options.
An
Would I know the
entire
difference
wizard.
between wormlings and dragons?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair thing. I think whoever brought up that it was a wormling, which would be Rin Savinsky, told you that it was an egg that hatched, and a wormling is just a young dragon. It's just still a baby dragon.
Okay.
Aw,
Wasn't sure if it was like a different species or something.
Yeah, fair question. Yeah, just young dragon.
little dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can always split up and have two people go one place and two people go another and meet back in an hour or something.
If we're letting Ayla into a library, we're gonna have to take more than an hour.
I live in the library. What do you mean letting me into a library?
You're still a huge nerd.
That okay. I failed to consider that outcome.
You live in the library.
Yeah. That that checks out. How long do you think we'll need then?
Well, that's why I think we can split up into parties of two, because if Ayala's going to go to the library, we could have someone be the timekeeper.
I was thinking maybe why don't we meet at the fishery at noon? That way, if it takes any group a little longer than expected to find out what we need, we have time for that. And then we still have most of the day for exploring underground.
Sounds like a good plan. I'm ready for the library. I don't know about you all.
Yes, let's get over to the map so we can see, because we are here in Otari, walking around town. We might as well have the map open. So who's going where? We've got Ayla and who going to the library?
I can go with Ayla.
Alright, so Ayla and
Oh
Ashay.
no.
So that leaves Ogden and Oswin, the two. So we got both names that sound similar going with each other to their various locations. Perfect.
Actually, if you guys need someone who's good at talking, I can go with whoever's going to be doing more talking, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like if we were gonna go to Rin's Wonders, we might want someone who is more well acquainted with her.
Alright.
That's
I
fair.
guess that means one of y'all's gonna have to go to the library and keep Ayla on track.
Say hi to Rin for me.
Will do.
I can go to the library. Not much for books, but I can help out.
Perfect. Not much for books means you'll pull her away when the time comes.
Ayala will make a face and look sad without saying anything, knowing that the party is right.
All right, so who should we tackle first?
Library?
All right, so the two of you head out to the library, and you're specifically doing research on dragons, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is probably going to be a recall knowledge arcana check, I think is the most applicable.
Oh no.
Unless you have a lore you think would apply.
Lore Underworld?
Unfortunately not. There don't tend to be a lot of dragons in the underworld.
Criminal dragons.
Criminal dragons.
Blind roll. There we go.
Yeah, so you look through a bunch of different books around here, just trying to figure out what would have, like, specifically combat details about dragons, things that might be helpful if you were to come up against this thing. But you are finding mostly books about, like, some of their some of their biology, the history of dragons, the history of dragons in myths and in legends, things like that. Things that aren't really helpful in terms of fighting them. Some of the biology stuff might be helpful, but it's mostly like baseline stuff. It doesn't bring up anything specific to green dragons. But yeah, so you find out a bunch of stuff about dragons that doesn't really help you, unfortunately. Seems hard to
Can I
narrow down.
attempt to find someone who knows the library better than I do?
Sure. Give me
Because I know the people in the library.
You
I
do
live
know the
there.
people in the
you know?
library. So here's the problem, right?
Okay.
So that would have taken a lot of time just for you to go through all those books. Like
Yeah.
we just did one roll, so it feels very quick to us. But
Mhm.
that was like probably several hours of reading through books that didn't get you much
Yeah.
already. I'm not sure how much time because I didn't think of it in the first place, or even when you all woke up. But I'll say, I think your time might be up, unfortunately, on that. If you're
Okay.
trying to meet by noon. But who went
Yeah.
with you?
I did.
Ogden.
I went to the
Okay.
library as well.
Oh, so Oswin
Oh,
went to
you
the library.
left me to go on
Oh.
my own to see Ren?
Oh, maybe
Oh.
I'm confused.
I mean, I can go to Rin's then. I figure if we split
Okay.
up in 2 parties.
That works. So we've got Ogden and Ashay going to Rin's, and Oswin and Ayala going to the library. So Oswin, if you want to take a look around the library during these couple hours as well, you could also make a roll if you want to. If you got any, I mean, I guess you don't even need to be proficient in Arcana. You could just roll it. But if you're proficient, even better.
Cool, let me see here. I am not proficient.
I mean, you might get lucky.
No,
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
So you look through these books, and you're finding a lot of the same things. You're, maybe Ayala's helping point out books, and you both, like, okay, I'll take this book, you take that book, and you end up looking in a lot of the same sections, and you're not really finding things that are as helpful as you'd hope. Yeah, it seems like this library just doesn't have a ton of information that's useful to adventurers, unfortunately, which is kind of surprising in this town. Otari being founded on an adventurous spirit, that their main library wouldn't have that kind of information, but it is a temple to all the different good deities and things, so it makes sense that perhaps they wouldn't have a whole lot of combat info.
Adventurers never return their books.
Yeah, there you go. They just buy them. They just take them with them. Like, all right, we got a fee. That's fine. Like, what? 10 silver pieces for that? Yeah, whatever. So that's how the couple hours went for Oswin and Ayla. Ogden and Ashay, you two went up to Rin's Wonders, who
I was
you
gonna
visited.
say,
Yes.
I was gonna ask Shay if it would be worth both of our times if I break off at the odd stories to talk to the wizard.
Well, I mean, we've probably got 3 hours until noon, including travel time, so if we're quick, we might be able to get to both.
Okay, that makes sense.
What do you think, Jam?
I think, yeah, if you're just having a quick conversation with both, it probably won't take long.
Yeah, because this was more like talking to them, seeing if they knew or if they had any resources.
Makes sense.
At least that's kind of what I envisioned. Correct me if you had something else in mind.
No, I think that makes sense. Yeah, you're just going to these NPCs that have a lot of knowledge, just asking them some questions, trying to figure out how much they know. Which might just turn into a bit of
that book.
Yeah, exactly. So they might have some details. So which one do you want to stop at first?
Let's stop it with Rin because we know she had the book.
That works for me.
All right. So you'll head out to Rin first. So, describing that scene once again, there's that ring of weird painted rocks that are actually like made of wood and stuff, materials that definitely aren't rocks, but they're painted very cleverly to look like rocks, and make this nice like rock garden around her main tent she lives in, and all the weird little tents that house all the items she has for sale. You know, it's a very strange place she's got here. Everything's round. There's nothing here that has a single corner to it. But she appears to be awake when you get there. She's actually got her tent opened up to let some fresh air in, and she is currently like sitting and waiting at a table. She's kind of scooted out towards the edge of the tent so that she's like in, like business mode. Like she's ready to have a desk and like do business with anyone who comes by and needs to buy things or sell things, whatever. Oh, good morning. Long time no see.
Good morning. Yeah, so we forgot last night that we needed to ask if you had more information on green wormlings.
Right. That strange trinket you brought to me before. The eggshell.
Seems that they might have got the eggshell from the source.
I see.
Directly.
That is troubling indeed. Yes, let me go get that book again. I'll see what else it says. She'll head back to the tent, bring out that big old dusty tome, and just set it on that table she has sort of scooted out of the edge of her tent, and start flipping through it. Let's see. Down to... Would it be under G for green or D for dragon? I'll start with dragon. Keep flipping through pages. And she already did successfully roll for this before to tell you that that shell was a green dragon shell. So I won't have her roll for that again. We've established she has a page in the book, at least with some information about green dragons. I think I will still, just a peek behind the curtain of my thought process here, I think I will still have her roll it to see if she crits here and gets a lot of information. But we'll see. She does not crit, so she's just gonna have some basic information for you. Green dragons have poison breath, kind of strange, not the fire breath you might expect. So watch out for poison. You may want to perhaps bring some antidotes or something ahead of time. That might be useful. Other than that, a wormling's just a small dragon, just very young. I wouldn't underestimate their intelligence, though. They're still very intelligent beings. They're not beasts. They can be, tactically much more impressive, but a green dragon wormling is much more like an ambitious child than a master of war. So you could keep that knowledge in mind while planning your strategies.
Do you know if they have any elemental weaknesses? Because you generally think of ice being weak to fire and vice versa. Is there something like poison?
I don't see anything about that in here. It does say here that well, you shouldn't try using poison against them, clearly. But also, you shouldn't try to put them to sleep, it says. But I don't see anything about weaknesses, no.
Okay. Alright. And I noticed looks like you have some anti-venom potions. Would that be useful in this case?
As a DM thing, quite possibly. Let me check what the text on those say. So the anti-venom
I
potions.
wasn't sure if venom works with breath weapons.
It says cloudy protects against poison.
Yes. Okay, what's the actual name of the item?
Anti-venom potion.
Thank you. Anti-venom potion, I found it. All right. So you ask about the antivenom, and she says, um, "Yeah, I think that's for more slower acting poisons. I believe the type of poison it talks about here is much more of a sharp shock to your system that will happen all at once."
Do you have anything that would help with that?
Well, let's look through her wares. There may be something that gives you a little bit of resistance or something.
Oil of Unlife. That sounds fun.
Ooh.
Sorry, just looking through.
Yeah, no, she's got a whole bunch of stuff, just generally. Just me with my limited knowledge of the magic items in this game, I'm not sure, but there's probably something. I wonder if there's even like you know, I don't think I have anything here. But if you go ask Magaloy, she may be able to brew you something up. It may not be cheap though.
GM, what store is that associated with?
That is
Crow's
Crow's. That's right. Thank you. Crow's Casks. Magaloy is the Tengu alchemist in town.
Okay.
So Magaloy has a potion of resistance, which is expensive. It's 45 gold pieces, but you could get like a potion of resist poison, essentially. And that would help you, resist poison. That is the closest thing I'm seeing in town from brief looks. But there might be something else in a different store.
All right.
There may be like spells you could buy, like scrolls from stuff. I'm not sure. This is a game I don't yet have encyclopedic knowledge of all the items and spells yet.
Fair enough. In that case, I'm going to buy some more healing potions.
I'm looking around, but I'm not seeing much in the various shops.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Let's see. I'm gonna buy 2 more minor healing potions.
All right.
All right, there we go.
All right.
I'm probably going to buy 2 as well.
Yeah, feel free to do whatever shopping you want around town. Might as well before you go back down underground. Did you want to stop by Odd Stories on the way as well?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll roll for that NPC and see if there's even a conversation to be had. Aha. So, you can continue buying things or whatever, but in the meantime, you walk into Odd Stories, which is, a wizard's tower. Strangely enough, it's a 3-story tower that towers over. Well, I shouldn't say towers over. It's a 3-story tower that is much taller than all the buildings around it, so it's visible from across town, and it's very clearly a wizard's tower, right? It's just got that wizard's tower look to it, The owner is Morblant, who or Morlibant, sorry, who is a human wizard, who owns and runs the shop with his husband. And he is a wizard. I believe his husband is not, but he likes to sell fiction books, where his husband likes to sell nonfiction books, but they operate the store together. But he's the main owner of the store. But despite, mostly wanting to sell fiction books. Morlibent is extremely well read, extremely smart, has a lot of wizardly knowledge, and so happily will answer your questions about green dragons. Um, yeah. Green dragons. What was it you wanted to know about them?
Uh, most pertinently, any weaknesses and what to be aware of when encountering one.
Yes, understandable. Is this something we should be concerned about around the town? Or are you hoping to take care of it, or is this purely academic knowledge?
Not academic, hoping to take care of it.
I see.
Connected to both the ruins and the fishery. Reasonably confident that's where the fish have been disappearing to.
I see. Well, best of luck on that. Yes, I'll give you all the knowledge I have. Well, obviously, green dragons associated with poison. Um, I'm not aware of any specific weaknesses they have, but, well, unfortunately, you basically have to watch out for every part of their bodies. They can use their wings, tails, claws, mouth. They've got a horn on the front of their head. Every part of their body is a weapon. They will hit you with it. They've got the muscle to back it up. It will hurt a lot. Their scales are very hard, almost a little sharp. Just, I would recommend not getting close to them at all. But if you don't get close to them, they'll probably use their poison breath on you, which won't be great either. They're very fast creatures. They can attack a lot more often than you think they might be able to. They're very swift, and with their intelligence, they tend to make an opening with one of their appendages while they swing with another, and it's all very hard to keep up with. So I would recommend don't go anywhere near them.
Was this a wormling or a fully grown dragon?
Even a wormling is quite a threat.
I think it was a wormling. Almost certainly.
Yes, I would strongly recommend. This is not something to be trifled with at all. You should be as prepared as possible. You may even want to just tell someone about it and leave it to another group of adventurers. Maybe get some adventurers in from another town. But if you've got your heart set on it, just be careful.
Of course. I appreciate it.
Of course. I'm trying to look up to see if there's any spells that would help you, that I might be able to like give you a scroll of or something, but I'm not seeing many. There's gotta be one I just can't find. Especially a low level one that would actually be helpful here. Yeah, I'm not finding anything, so I don't think that is going to be great here. You all got a bunch of like healing potions and stuff anyways already, so that is good. That is good. All right. So after a bunch of information being gathered, you all meet back up at the fishery, right? That was the next place?
I think so.
I think so.
All right. So you're back together. What do you do?
Would probably tell that the wizard told us to be careful. I don't know if we want to have any of the garrison come help us with this fight. I mean, once we get to the dragon, but if we're already almost there. We might not have enough time to get others to help.
I mean, that could be a bit dangerous, and we don't know when we're going to run into the dragon. We couldn't really find any useful information in the library, unfortunately. It seems to be mostly about what to do, like the history of dragons, more than what to do if there is a dragon. And those are
Yeah,
very different topics.
yeah, we found out that every single part of a dragon is dangerous, and on top of that, they have acid breath, so that's fun.
Oh, and they're faster
Oh.
than you'd think.
How fast is faster than I think?
The wizard said something along the lines of more attacks than we might expect from a being that size.
Yeah, the wizard would estimate that a dragon could attack 3 times in the span of 4 seconds. Whoa.
He advised we get another adventuring group to deal with it instead of dealing with it ourselves.
Well, we don't know how far down the tunnel that is. Maybe by the time we get to it, we'll be better equipped.
With any luck. Although our luck hasn't always been the best.
So underground we go?
Underground we go, I guess.
Woo! Here we are.
Okay, so we had two options here. We could either go through the door near the vicious statue, or there was the barrels with running water behind it, right?
That is correct. Yeah, there's a sort of a barricade of barrels clogging up a tunnel to the north here, and you can hear running water behind it. And then yeah, there's a door with like light coming out from underneath like a crack in the door, between the door and the floor, to the north of the mermaid fountain. And you can tackle those in whatever order you wish.
Should we leave the barrels blocking off the place again, so that way we can have some kind of wall between whatever's there and whatever's in front of us, in case something comes from past the fountain?
Yeah. We should leave one of those definitely closed when we open the other one.
I guess, Ashay, you've had good ears in the past. Do you hear anything behind those barrels now, since it's been a day and a half since we've last been down here? 2 days?
Is this a blind room? Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you listen and you can
Have a
definitely hear running water on the other side. Like not just a trickle, like a decent amount of running water down that way.
Anything else?
The running water kind of covers up any other sounds that may or may not be there.
There's
like
a
a-
lot of water down that way.
Yeah, it's a pretty significant amount.
Well, I guess I can go check for traps around the door.
All right. I'll come with so that you have someone with a lamp.
That is a blind GM perceptive roll.
Yeah, perception will make a lot of sense. Oh, I suppose I can turn off the fountain noise now that you have disabled the fountain. Uh, that's fair.
I thought
Yep.
that was running water noise from the next
Oh,
area.
fair. Yes. Honestly, having both on the map would make sense, but yeah, that was the fountain. The running water noise is more of like a small stream or something like that. That's like really crashing against rock. Much heavier than that sound effect. All right, so you're checking for traps near the entrance to the store. You look around, you like inspect the tiles before you step on them, see if any of them press into the ground. You look for tripwires or anything strange like that. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. This appears pretty normal. You feel like maybe this room was designed so that the giant mermaid automaton was the main trap here. But that taken care of, it appears that nobody expected you to get past that, so they didn't trap it further in this direction.
Okay. Do we hear anything past the door?
Oh yes. I'll keep your same perception check from earlier, just leaning your ear against the door. You hear very lively kobold chatter on the other side of the door. Small handful of them.
There's a lot of kobolds that way.
You hear like the sound of they're fairly like rowdy and lively in there. You hear the sound of them like tearing into things and eating them, and the sounds of like utensils scraping against plates and things like that.
I don't know how good my roll is, but any chance I heard anything that sounded like maybe a leader telling people what to do?
You don't hear anything. You don't hear any one voice that sticks out from the others. No.
Okay.
To me, it sounds like a mess hall.
Are you sure it's a mess hall and not just a mess?
I mean, if it's a hall, it's a mess hall.
And I mean, given the cleanliness of kobolds, it's definitely a mess. Are we actually all in this little area now talking? Or
Yeah, the rest of you catching up.
Yes,
Awesome.
I am catching up. Nocti is very carefully avoiding the fountain.
Oh, poor Nocti.
Oh, is Kodo coming with us this time?
Yes.
You know, we've got to bring the bare necessities. No, okay.
I smiled.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
I
Do the
just have push to
hinges-
talk.
do the hinges open in or out on that door?
Which one do you hope is the way it is? And we'll roll a 50-50 on it.
I'm hoping it's opens into the room. That way,
Fine.
like, I can try to do a stealth check to open it a little to look.
Okay. Yeah. Just give me just roll a d20, and just if it's over 10, so an 11 or higher, then that's the way it is. Just do a luck roll. Nope, it's not. That opens towards you.
Well, I can still try. I can try to open the door a little bit to check, but it's gonna have to open a large amount for us to be able to see anything inside. I don't know if we want to just go for it, or if anyone else has a better plan.
I got no better plans.
I think that's a good plan.
I also have a loud whistle if we want to try to hide around the corner and make a whistle noise to see if any of them come through the door. Or is it a stone door? GM? Stone door? Wood door?
It's a wooden door, we'll say. Sure.
Hmm.
On the map, it kind of
Village.
appears to be a stone door, I guess. But
Wouldn't it be more likely that they just like hide and prepare an ambush and a whole bunch of traps?
Yeah, that's true.
Just thinking that all of the kobolds we've met so far have not been inclined to fall into our traps. They'd rather hide and make their own.
Yeah, that is a good point. I
Kobolds
can
do that a lot, don't they?
try to at least attempt to open the door quietly so none of them see us. That would be my best guess.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to sneak into the room and get a, use your stealth for initiative if that's what you're thinking, basically.
Yeah.
I will stay in the back in that case.
I'm also going to stay in the back. I'm not sneaky. Are you sneaky, Oswin?
So sneaky that doesn't even respond.
Oh, fuck.
The silent answer. It sounds pretty sneaky to me then.
All right. There's my blind GM stealth roll.
I mean, I can see from the party sheet that Oswin's pretty sneaky.
Pretty sneaky. So do you want to head up with Ogden and sneak ahead?
Yeah, we can scout it out.
Alright. So we'll bump you up there then. Alright. So we will be entering initiative. Using your stealth to enter the door and attack them before they can respond, hopefully.
That's a lot of kobolds.
It's a lot of kobolds. Yeah, it's a couple kobolds, It'll be fine. You got this.
Can I open the door?
Yes. And so they're all gonna roll perception for their initiatives. That makes sense.
Can those of us who opted to stay back roll perception as well?
Yes, that's fine. And I will apply the stealth rolls that were already there. Lots of
And
rolls.
I'm assuming I don't get Whisper Elf help for initiative.
No. Alright, looks like everybody has an initiative value now. So, we begin the encounter. However, let me throw on some kind of music. So, the first three of them are unaware of your presence first here. So, what they're going to do... I remember I've looked this up several times to try and figure out what how the situation generally works, and I think essentially they're all going to hold their initiatives until one of you acts. So once it gets to Oswin's turn, I'll just edit them all down to 12. Then that probably makes sense here, as they all shift their initiative down to 12. So Oswin, you're up first, technically.
All right. If I try to move into the room, will I be moving right into line of sight?
Yes. You're currently in line of sight of one of them, but they haven't noticed you. They're just turned away.
Screw it, I think we just shoot it. We're not trying to talk to these guys, right?
I don't think so.
Not to my knowledge.
There we go.
I will just start doing what we did to the other kobolds.
Makes sense. So yeah, if you wanted to move sneakily, I think you'd have to take the sneak action or something like that to I think you'd have slower movement speed, but you could potentially move. But then I think you'd have to end in cover to stay hidden or something like that. The stealth rules are complicated. But we've got this so far. So you designate your prey, you pull out your staff. Ooh, unfortunate. Off to a great start. You pull back the sling, you get the sling bolt in there, and it just slips out of the sling before it's fully launched and just arcs over the kobold and just hits the wall behind it. With a loud clatter of that sling bullet hitting, all the kobolds rise to attention, just and they all start picking up their spears and stuff. Mechanically, not until their turns, but they're all getting ready for combat. So, that's all three of your actions.
Damn, do I get like advantage or anything for doing stealth? For the guy not seeing me?
They would be off guard to you, so you don't get advantage, but they would have a lower AC.
Alrighty, I guess
That one's the
that's
one
my
that wants.
turn then.
Yeah. Alright, so this first kobold is going to spend his first action getting up from the table he's at, second action to pick up his spear, and then third action to just move down here, I guess. Makes some sense, right? So I think the, yeah. I guess I'll move to the door here, just to get in the way of the door. Next kobold is going to do the exact same thing. He's just going to move down, pull out a spear. Next kobold is going to... yeah, I mean, same thing. He would... No reason for him to do anything else. He's just going to come down and wait by the door. We'll actually go back here. And then it is Ayla's turn.
All right. I am gonna make wind happen. And there's gonna be some breeze. That's not what I mean. No. Yeah, so right, I turn on my kinetic aura, and then I'm going to use 4 winds. So I'm going to target Ogden, Oswin, and Ashe.
Alright.
So you all get to move half of your movement speed
Is that rounded up or down? Down?
down. But yeah, you get to do that like right now, which is sick.
Sick.
I'll also target myself, which means I get to move 20 feet.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm in danger.
Is Oswin moving, or has Oswin moved?
I moved 1 square because I didn't want to move where Ayla went.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, there are no attacks of opportunity globally in this game, so you can move past them without fear if you want to.
I'm gonna use my third action to take the move action.
Yes, that's fair.
And get way the heck over here.
Alright, and you can see while entering in here, you can hear a kobold getting up in the top right corner of the map, and you can see a couple more, like, waking up from naps as you all entered in here and the sounds of combat have started.
Oh dear.
Alright, then this kobold is going to, yep, 1 action stand up, 1 action get his spear, 3rd action move at you. Ogden, you're up.
Alright, so I probably, if I had my rapier out, I probably would not have been able to open the door, correct?
I don't think it was a latched door, so I think you could just push it open. That's probably fine.
You don't have a torch, right?
was a rapier and shield.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Well, I was just trying to figure out if I had to spend an action to draw my sword.
Let's just say sure. Why not? I think if you kicked open the door, I think maybe not. But since you tried to do it sneakily, you probably needed a free hand for that.
Yeah, okay. And I'm just gonna target this combo, and I'm gonna do the strike.
All right.
Yeah.
That is a miss.
And I'm gonna do the yeah strike again. Oh,
That's a miss. Unfortunate luck.
getting all my low rolls out now.
All right, that's your turn. I'm getting used to remembering when you've taken 3 actions, and I don't need to ask you if you have anything left because you've taken 3 actions. It's easy. So this kobold is going to, stand up, get his spear. His speed is okay. You can't make it all that far, but he will go here. He's gonna get to you. Next kobold, get up, get a spear, run. This is the best he's got. And it's Shay's turn.
Okay. Let me check something. Okay, I am going to cast Ashen Wind from where I am.
Ooh. Hell yeah, what does that do? Ooh.
Don't know how I... Oh, there's the cast button. Cool.
Ashen Wind. This is 10-foot burst on 120 feet. Okay.
I don't know if it goes away.
I think. Yeah, hold on, let me read the spell. Conjure swirling wind. Each creature in the area. It doesn't appear to have a duration or anything, so I think, yeah, it just hits them and then goes away. Okay, so they need to make a fortitude save, I assume? Fortitude save.
Yes, DC 16.
All right. Pass and fail, top bottom.
Okay, so creature 1 is fine.
All right. Oh,
Creature
DC
2.
16, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't critically fail. He just regular failed. So sickened 1. Awesome. Sickened. There it is. Whoop. As the ash fills its yeah, ash fills its lungs. He just starts coughing and hacking and like spitting out this like black and gray substance as he attempts to breathe. Not having a good time over there.
Alright, and now let's see, check initiative. I'm gonna cast Guidance on Oswin.
Alright, and that is one of your, Ashen Wind is one of your focus spells, right?
Yes, I used my first focus spell. I don't know what happens now. I forgot.
That's fair. I'm trying to remember as well. I think your curse effect goes up 1. I don't remember what that means. Let's look it up. Let's look into it because this is a cool thing.
Okay, increases the effect of my casting a revelation spell. Increases the effect of my oracular curse.
Yes, and you've got the ash curse. So does this activate your minor curse? Is that what it is?
I don't know, or does it just activate the effect Curse of Creeping Ashes?
Yeah, I think. Okay, so yeah, on the effect there's level 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I think you only have minor and moderate currently. So this just activates minor, I think, the minor effects, which is a yeah, you're occasionally coughing due to the ash in your own lungs. You take a -1 penalty on constitution-based checks, and your speed is reduced by 10 feet. So if that gets applied, I think that's how it works. We should look this up between sessions, but I think that's essentially what you've got here. So your speed's a little lower. Okay, cool.
Cool. Fun times.
Fun times. Cursed. Rip. All right, and guidance was on Ogden, right?
Oswin, because I think they're
Oh.
next in the initiative order.
Awesome. There you go. So, guidance for Oswin. Beep. All right, and that's all of your actions. So, Oswin, you're up. You have guidance you can spend on one thing. Oswin, you're up. Marcelo?
Spend his rip.
Oswin is Rip?
The number of kobolds was just too much to handle.
Did we lose Marcelo? Possibly?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're here. Okay, good. Yeah, it's your turn.
Okie dokie. I'm going to spend one action to move.
Okay, yes, I think we did get that Oracle thing correct. I'm reading the class a bit deeper now. Minor curse lasts for 8
Yeah.
hours.
Presumably, I conjured the ashen wind from around me, so I'm
Yes.
still hacking.
Essentially, I think that's whoa.
Oh, God.
We're just gonna bring you back down.
Yeah, my browser just went, you're going up here.
You're going up here. Whoa! Yeet!
You go up here, and you go up here, and everyone goes up here.
Exactly.
All right, and then I'm going to reload and fire again on the same dude as before.
Okay. Are you gonna spend guidance on this?
Ooh, no.
Okay, I'm gonna save it. Fair enough.
Does guidance go away after a turn?
Duration until the start of your turn. Yes, so it would go away if you don't
Oh, it
spend
would? Okay. Sorry, I was thinking like 10 minutes.
That's fair. Yeah, no, this is until the start of Ashay's next turn. So
Gotcha. Well, I rolled an 11.
that's a miss, unfortunately. Good try, good try. So you moved up, you reloaded, you attacked. It is a kobold turn, and now they have their weapons and they're all ready to start attacking. So, yes, this is the correct kobold. You are now flanked, Ogden, so I'm going to give you flat-footed, off guard rather. And he's going to attack. So he used one action to step next to you. Second action to attack with a spear. That's a 5, though. That's going to miss. He's going to take his third action to attack again with a spear at a penalty. That's a 17 to hit against your flat-footed AC. So whatever your
Okay,
AC
I was
is
so
on your sheet
confused
currently.
why my AC was 16 now, but yes, that does hit now.
Okay. So that is a hit then. He's going to roll roll this, and I can add the sneak attack damage to it because you were off guard. So that is 9 points of piercing damage. And he gets behind you, just stabs out with the spear. And then next kobold goes. This kobold is going to... It's going to see that Oswin is in a very flankable position there. And is going to move up there. And so now you are also off guard. And then same deal. Strike with a spear. That is a natural 20. I am so sorry.
Oh boy.
So that is going to be 14 points of piercing damage.
Oh wow.
So he just really stabs you with that spear. He charges at you. You are barely loading another sling bullet in your sling, and he just comes out of nowhere and gets you. Next kobold is going to see all of this going on. Yeah, he's going to spend 2 actions to rush up here to flank Ayla. And then he is going to spear once. That's an 8 to hit. Ayla, it is your turn.
That'll miss.
All right.
I'm gonna use an action to call my cat.
Okay.
So cat will move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. And we're gonna do some attacking. Cat is angry.
Absolutely.
And the cat will attempt to bite the kobold in front of it.
That is a miss.
15. Well, in that case, I am gonna use 4 winds again. So everyone gets to move.
Woo!
Let's see.
That's half of your current speed.
Yes.
I'm gonna flank the guy who flanked me.
Aha, true.
Alright, this guy's gone already?
No longer off guard. Which guy? What? Sorry, what are you asking about?
Has the guy I targeted taken his turn already?
No.
Good to know.
The 3 left. Oh, I guess the this one, and this one have taken their turns.
Okay.
All right, so everyone moved. I'm gonna off guard Oswin as well. And that was your whole turn, Ayla. So I'm just now realizing that was 2 actions. So okay, so this one was sickened 1.
So it can take an action to vomit to make another save to try and get rid of it.
Yes, this makes sense. I was just trying to see if that happens
Otherwise-
automatically or if it's going to spend its action to do that. So it'll spend an action to roll a fortitude save again against 16, right? It fails. So it is... You know what? He's just going to keep trying. I don't see anything about it being once per turn. He just really hates this feeling. So, yeah, he's second action. He's going to vomit again. There we go. That's a crit. That's a natural 20. So he is no longer sickened, but only has 1 action. Oh, no, I removed him from combat. Fuck! I always do that. God damn it. That's okay. He was
He just left.
He was...
He was at 10.
was at 10. Thank you. Thank you for keeping an eye out, because I wasn't. His third action, he will... It's just going to chase down Oswin. But he can't attack. But now it's Ogden's turn.
Alright, cool. This guy's off guard or flat-footed or
Is
whatever it's called.
Off guard. Yeah, they renamed it like last month. So it's off guard now.
Yeah, I'm not liking what he did to me, so I'm gonna do the same to him.
All right. Oh god, that's a crit. Absolutely a crit. That's almost 50% above a crit. That's plus. Yeah, that's a lot. Holy shit. Okay, yeah. No, that is the deadest dead kobold that you ever did see.
Alright, and then I'm gonna step over here, flank this guy, and do the same thing to him, hopefully.
I like to think that
Oh,
that's a miss, but I like to think that this kobold has a spear raised ready to strike down at Nocti, and then all of a sudden we just see Ogden's rapier like stick out through his mouth from the back of the head out the front of his mouth. Just falls over. All right, and this one, even you know what? 12. He was supposed to be flat-footed because you flanked him. That still is not a hit. But you're no longer flanked either. He will. He's just gonna attack you back. He's just desperate. He saw you kill one of his friends. He's just gonna start swinging. 20 to hit total, not a natural 20.
yeah.
Okay. So that is 3 points of damage, piercing. Gonna attack again with a penalty. That's a miss. An even steeper penalty, also a miss. So he just starts frantically stabbing at you with the spear. Ah! But only one of the hits lands, and only for a few points of damage. The next kobold is going to. It's gonna sense some blood in Oswin over here. I think, being the closest target. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Oswin. He's gonna rush over. Spend one attack to get there. You are off guard again. He's going to strike for a 12 to hit. I'm pretty sure that doesn't hit you even through.
Yeah, I think that misses.
Okay. He's going to take his penalty attack. Total of 1 on the second attack. Not great form. So you just keep dodging out of the way of his attacks. He just can't quite get you. And then it is Shay's turn.
Alright, I am casting 2 action heal on Oswin.
All right.
Sweet.
Ooh, nice.
Alright.
Back to full. Thank you.
I have a question about off guard.
Mhm.
If someone is off guard and it's not the person that's flanking, are they still off guard?
Being off guard. I believe there is the concept of being off guard to someone. Yes, so that's why I keep talking on and off manually, right? So like if you're sneaking, then you attack somebody, they're off guard to you because you're sneaking. But if one of your allies isn't sneaking, they're not off guard to that ally. If that makes sense.
Okay, so this kobold between the two of us, if a Shay went to attack them, are they off guard?
Good question. I'm trying to let me look up the flanking rules because I don't know if that angle might already be a flank, but I don't think so.
Is there a reason Oswin isn't getting healed?
Oswin might just have to apply it himself. I mean, I can apply real quick. Boop. That works.
Alright, and I think I still have one more action left.
All right.
So I'm going to cast guidance on Ogden.
All right. Ogden, you may take that spell effect. And then we're back to Oswin's turn.
Alright, back at full health. I am going to reload, fire at the same one as before.
Yep, okay, so the one standing in the middle. Yep, you got it.
Finally.
That's a hit. That is a dead kobold. So you brain him with the
Wonderful.
sling bullet.
for, dude?
Right between the eyes, falls right over.
Then I'm gonna move over here.
All right, fair enough. I do think that is a short cliff. I don't know if it's crazy high. But let me double check some things here. Yeah, we'll just say it's only a couple feet high. It doesn't look like it's a crazy tall thing. Either way is fine. All right. And so you attacked, you moved, and you reload or something for your third action? What did you do?
Yeah, I reloaded.
Okay, perfect. All right, then it is this kobold's turn, who went very far away to catch up with everybody who's over here. He's just gonna rush straight down. He's gonna jump up on the table. And he's gonna run over and like do a flying, leaping strike with a spear down at Ogden. Like, for a normal strike, you are not off guard. 12 to hit. He misses. He's gonna hit the ground and swing again. He misses again. That jump off the table really did him no favors for accuracy. Ayla, it's your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna look around real quick, realize I'm not actually holding my spellbook, and I'm gonna draw my spellbook. For plausible deniability purposes, of course. And then, I'm gonna command Nocti. Nocti's gonna move, and then Nocti's gonna bite. (24 to hit?
24 hits, absolutely.
All right. That is. Wait, there's a damage button on the thing. Yeah. What did I do? 7 damage.
All right. Bam. That kobold is near death from Nocti's attack.
And then I'll use my third action to try to slash the kobold in front of me with a blade of wind.
All right, go for it. That is
That'll
a miss.
miss.
Sadly.
And that's all 3.
Oh, so because you have third action drawing your thing. Right, okay. Yep. I'm following. It just took me a second. All right. This kobold up here is going to open the chest down next to him in the square diagonally bottom right from him. Spending 1 action to open it. Second action, he's going to pull out a jar of something. And then he throws the jar at ALS, since you're the closest. So, I do that. Oh, 9 to hit. I'm assuming that
That'll
misses.
miss.
Darn. Okay, so he misses with the jar, and instead it falls at your feet. And it breaks open and splashes oil all over the floor at your feet, just in the square you're in. So let me draw there, just to show. Yes, there is. That square has oil in it.
That's unpleasant.
Yes, so it's all over maybe your boots and stuff, but not like it's not like all over you. So you think it might be tricky to move out of that square. He's going to then, now that there's oil under your feet, he's going to, oops, I'm on the wrong tool. He's going to rush over and try and seize the advantage. Actually, he'll flank because he's smart. And then it's Ogden's turn.
Wait, I thought
Wait.
opening chest, pulling something, and throwing it, that's 3 actions.
So, opening the chest is 1 action. This adventure specifies that a kobold next to the chest can spend 1 action to remove a jar and throw it. I do appreciate you checking that though.
Did he have to move to get to the chest, or what?
He was diagonally
Okay.
adjacent to the chest already. Yeah.
Okay.
So he, I do appreciate you keeping an eye out though, just in case I get some action economy stuff wrong. But yes, in this case, one action open the chest, one action to pull out a jar and throw it, third action to move down to flank.
Well, I'm gonna unflank the yellow by killing this kobold in front of me.
Fair enough.
You have guidance.
Oh my god, that's a crit.
23 damage.
Holy fuck! I think you just cut him in half. I don't know how that works with a rapier, but you did it.
Damn.
Alright, and then I'm gonna target this one above me with a penalty.
All right, that's also a hit. Ogden is a killing machine. Holy, I mean that's
Oh
not
wait, I
supposed to
actually
be
hit
crit.
crit.
That's fine.
Half.
He has 1 point of health anyways. So he's wrestling with Nocti, and then you just stick your rapier in while he's fighting. It's gone. That was 2 actions, right? I think you still have a third.
So I think I'll move. I might. If I have a potion that's not in my backpack, I can use that as one action, right? Although I'd have to drop my sword to use
It is one interact object, one interact action to draw the potion, one action to drink it.
Okay.
You can drop your sword for free, but then yeah.
Well, I
If it's
guess
in your
I'll move-
backpack, it takes 2 actions because you need to take off the backpack as 1, take something out of the backpack as 2.
Is this the last guy? Yeah, that's the last guy that needs to go. I'm gonna move here,
All right.
and that's my turn.
All right. This guy is also next to the chest up here. He's going to take out a vial of oil and throw it at Ogden because he's sick of Ogden killing all of his friends. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah,
Okay, well, it doesn't do any damage to you.
but I'm covered in oil.
But you are covered in oil. It's not the ground that's covered in oil. You are covered in oil. And you feel like every time you try to shift your feet a little bit, it's slipping all over the floor, and it's going to be really hard for you to move around now. You might fall over if you try. And then he's going to sense that you are weak from what he has done, and he's going to rush down to attack. Rushing over with 1 action, striking with his third action, 21 to hit.
Yeah.
All right, you are not flanked, so he only does 2 points of damage to you. Then it is Ashay's turn.
Are you gonna be able to hang in enough to kill the last 2?
Assuming we got them, yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Chill touch.
Chill touch.
Oh, it's a saving throw. Okay, so it's touch range. This one, fortitude? Fortitude.
Fortitude. There's even a button.
Excellent. 19.
Okay, it saves. Let's see.
It's a basic save, so a success is half, I believe.
Okay.
Half damage, no status. Alright, so 3 points of damage.
3
Beep.
points of damage to this guy.
Nice.
So that was 2 actions. Let's see. I think that's it. Can I hold my... Can I do anything with that third action? Like hold it for next time or anything like that? Or...
So you can do 2 actions to hold 1 action, essentially. But no, with 1 action you could attempt to demoralize There's some like skill actions and things you could take in combat. I could pull up the full list. Demoralize is a really frequent one because it's strong. If you have proficiency
Yeah.
in that
I will
intimidation.
use an action to demoralize.
All right. Which one are you targeting? Same one?
Same guy.
All right. So it's your intimidation versus its will DC, I believe.
Is this a public roll?
Yeah. That is a pass. So you do demoralize. What do you say? Just growl at him or flare up your ashes or something? Like what's the
I mean, I let my eyes glow a little bit while the chill touch happens, so it looks like I'm burning and it's freezing.
You're stealing his heat. Oh no. And he gets frightened 1. Which reduces everything. His AC, his attacks, his saves. It's a global -1 on him. It's pretty good.
All right, that's that.
He's like starting to cower from you and like pointing the spear out and now realizing he's kind of surrounded. Oswin, you're up. You have the high ground.
There's also 2 spots that you can move to flank either of these enemies.
True, but the high ground.
For
High ground.
Marcelo? Paging Marcelo. I guess we'll come back to him. Ayla, you can take your turn.
All right. What does the... You know, I like what I've been doing. I'm gonna use 4 wins. Targeting Nocti, Ashe, Ogden, and Oswin.
All right. Everybody gets a little bit of movement.
After that, I'm gonna use my last action to command Nocti. I'm gonna use cat support benefit,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna scratch the kobold in front of me.
Just to be clear,
Oh,
cat
wait,
support benefit
yeah,
won't do anything for you this turn because you need
that's
to hit the
fine.
target.
Nocti's gonna do her best.
Okay.
20 to hit
Absolutely a hit.
for 6 damage. Slashing.
That is a dead kobold.
Good job, Nocti.
Starts wrestling with it because they're both small creatures and just kicking it with its claws, and the kobold's screaming and eventually dies.
And that's all 3 of my actions.
All right.
Assuming that Ashe and Oswin moved as much as they wanted to.
Speaking of
I mean,
Oswin-
Oswin's flanking with Ogden, right?
True. Hey, Marcelo, are you back? Okay, it's Ogden's turn. Woo.
Well, I'm going to attack the flank guy. I don't have the condition anymore, so I'll get rid of that. I don't know
Yeah,
how
did
to
you
get rid of
also
it.
spend your guidance last time? Yeah, it would have gone away, right? So,
No, yeah, the guidance is the thing that I meant is
got you.
going away. Yeah, I'm gonna attack this guy. He's off guard.
Do-do-do-do. That's a hit.
Just a regular hit.
Just a regular hit. Sadly.
That's 10 damage.
That's a dead kobold. Boom! As you absolutely end his entire kobold career. He's
And I
kobold
just
no
kind of
longer.
like luff my cape because he threw the oil on me after.
Absolutely. All right. I should have had you both make acrobatics checks for moving because you're covered in oil, or had oil at your feet, but it's fine. It doesn't matter anymore.
I
I
can do
didn't catch
that.
it during the combat, so it's fine.
I was gonna ask about it.
Yeah, no, when you did the 4 wins, I didn't even think about it. But yeah, that should have triggered the oil. That's my bad. You get a freebie. So you vanquished these. So yeah, just delete it. It never happened. It never happened. It's fine. You vanquished these 6 kobolds in this room. They were all eating or sleeping or something nearby. You managed to get the drop on them, but it didn't last long. They picked up their weapons. They attacked you. But here you all stand, the victors, and you're now in this like, well, you described it kind of like a mess hall before. It's kind of like their living quarters, just generally. There's a smell of rotting fish and mold kind of pervasively throughout this room. There's a large table you can see there. There's lots of scraps of food and dirty silverware and plates and things all around. And you can see the burrows that have been dug into the walls on the east side of the chamber. So you imagine this is where they'll sleep. Or would you all like to look around and or loot? And or do other exploration activities?
Would like to look at the chest.
Do we get XP? Do we level up?
Thank you. 120 XP for everybody.
Heck yeah, I can't do math past 1,000 though.
True.
So that's 1,054.
So you can go back down to 54 and increase to level 2, which we can do between sessions, but yeah. Oh, I can get rid of the kobold noises now that there are no more kobolds to make noises.
No, poor kobolds. I kind of want to peek down this hole. The wind around me will stop. And I'm gonna take out my torch.
Oh wait, it added a ton of stuff to my sheet, putting it to level 2. Ah.
Tons of stuff.
I now have 30 health.
Oh, because you're increasing level? Yeah, that's fine. We won't get another combat this session anyways. We can finish the level up between now and
What do you
next
mean
session.
we won't?
Well, you might get into a combat. But we won't get into a combat, you know?
I'm gonna take a shell necklace.
Hell yeah. Start looting. Oh, you wanted to look at the chest as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely did as well.
Oh, there you go. Now that you have an actor to loot. Kobold loot.
Can I
they
grab?
took 2 of the oils. There you go.
Can I grab the unusual object and liquid?
I will say the unusual liquid, you pretty much immediately recognize. Because you've already found one exactly like it in here and had it identified. It is a healing potion. Woo!
Woo.
The
The old one, yeah, the weird old recipe.
Let's see.
The object is a it's like a feather that's very colorful and pretty.
Okay. Do we want to carry the rest of the kobold loot? I can take the treasure stuff, or someone else can. Oh, it doesn't have bulk. We can just straight up add it to the party loot.
Oh yeah, the treasure? Yeah, you could do that. That is interesting.
sounds
That it doesn't
good.
have bulk.
I'm gonna watch over here to make sure that nothing tries to sneak up on us.
Yeah, you look out into that room. Give me a perception check, Ayla. Private roll.
Shit.
As you stand over there at that edge and look into the room and just listen, you don't hear anything out of the ordinary in that direction. It seems like you're safe for now.
But I might have just rolled really low.
We might have, or you rolled really well and you're safe for now.
But who knows? I need to keep watch just in case.
just in case.
Does somebody else want to start collecting leather armor? If I have more than one, I'll be encumbered.
Well, I don't know if we want to keep exploring or if we want to do something else.
I can grab a couple.
I don't know. Up to
Although maybe we should, we should take it if we're going up to the surface next. But I know I'm still in fairly good shape. I think it was Ogden and Oswin who got uh, the worst of it.
Yeah, I could use some healing.
You got any potions on you?
Yeah, I can use a couple.
I also have. Actually, why don't you use one of the healing potions? The healing potion I found. Give it.
You can put it in the stash and I can grab it from there.
What was your original HP, Ogden?
My original one was 7 out of 19, I think.
Oh, so it did heal you when it leveled up too. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Or it was 5 out of 19.
Fair enough.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna use that healing push. Chug chug. Oh,
You guys could take a few minutes and treat wounds too if you wanted to not spend resources, but if you're worried about time, you could chug some potions.
Are we worried about time?
So far, you don't have any indication that you're worried about time. So if you're worried about time, it's your own choice.
I mean, I could give treat wounds a shot. We all know how this tends to go.
Hmm.
well, it goes well for everyone except for yourself.
You're gonna do great.
It does sound harder to treat your own wounds, to be fair.
Ayla will catch herself halfway through the yelling across the cavern and then change her tone to a whisper. You're gonna do great. Oh no.
Nope.
Oh, classic. The nat one.
How does this keep happening to you?
Poor Ashay.
Okay, so
I feel like you just have the risky
think
surgery
I
feat and don't know it.
us went out.
You think what?
Did I knock you out?
No, he's fine.
No.
Okay, because that's 7 damage.
Yeah, when we leveled up, I got
Okay.
like 11 health, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to add another healing potion to the stash. Use that instead.
I feel like risky surgery is just extremely thematic for Ashay at this point.
Yeah. Let's see.
Chug chug.
Oh,
2.
no.
Oh! I have
Unfortunate.
more health than I had before.
Is everything going all right back there? I hear a lot of things breaking.
It's Ogden breaking.
Yeah.
Only Ogden. Ogden's just being broken.
Hmm.
Alright, I mean, I have 5 healing potions of my own that I've purchased, and can try to use those. Unless we want to wait another hour.
I mean, it's still only like noon.
I'm fine keeping watch over here for as long as we need.
You really want me to try this again?
I know Osmond has some medical supplies.
Okay, yeah. Oswin, you take over. I'm not doing this anymore. Can I
Is-
take a look at that unusual object I have?
Sure. Let me double check it. Let's figure out based on yeah, what proficiencies do you think would be helpful in identifying here? What kind of skills do you think is Ashay good at that he would check first? Do you have like Arcana, occultism, like what kind of magical
I would go
angle?
with occultism.
Okay, yeah, try to identify it with occultism. So a
One
secret
sec.
recall knowledge check for occultism.
Okay.
All right, so you do recognize this item. It is a feather token. Specifically, this is a feather token that has a ladder. So when you activate this item, it will transform into another object, in this case, a ladder, which can then be used as normal. The token is essentially consumable. So you have a pocket ladder. I don't think you can turn it back. It's permanent, but it's a convenient way to carry around a ladder, basically.
Okay.
Because it's 0 bulk, very light, very small, and then you can just insta-ladder.
Well, that would have been helpful at the pit.
True.
All right. So I'm kind of curious for what's it? Feats and stuff. Should I take alchemical crafting or should I what was the other one I wanted to look at? I could take arcane sense.
Mm.
What is arcane sense? That sounds pretty cool.
Basically, I get to cast detect magic at will.
That sounds really cool.
I think you can anyways. So what does it do other than that? Does it just give you detect magic generally?
I mean, I don't have that at...
Oh, it just gives you art detect magic as an innate spell. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, so a detect magic is a cantrip anyways. So you can't just do it at will, but this just gives it to you and then essentially levels it up over time.
Actually, I'm either gonna take alchemical crafting or crafter's appraisal.
Nice. Some good ideas.
Do you guys have thoughts?
Not necessarily. I'm leaning towards what's it called? Natural medicine. So that way we can have some extra healing if we need it. But past that, I don't know what should be taken.
For my class feat, I'm gonna take lunge, but I don't know what to take as my skill feat.
Well, we can handle that between sessions. Because As you all wait here, and as Ayla keeps watch, an hour does not pass for Ogden to get healed up. And instead, Ayla, you hear a terrible shrieking, squealing, almost shouting sound come from the chamber above you as some kobolds rush into the chamber. And one of them, much larger than the other, starts barking orders and pointing things around. And they begin to summon some magic in one of their hands as they reach out towards you. And that's where we'll pick up from next time.
Okay.
Which chamber is the chamber above us? The one that we came from?
The one that you're on the edge of.
Oh, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Plans.
Friends. So thank you all for joining me this week. We will jump
Thank you for
into the sneak attack by the kobolds next time.